Born in Harvey, Louisiana in 1936, Lloyd Red Lerille decided early on that he would one day become Mr. America. At age 7, he hung a picture of Mr. America on his wall to remind him of his goal.
As he does with all his big goals, he puts a picture up and he forces himself to achieve those goals. But he put a picture of Mr. America up and said, one day I'm going to have my picture on that wall.
In high school, Red got a set of weights, joined the wrestling team, and established a legacy at Holy Cross School, gathering 3 state championships in wrestling. After graduation, he joined the Navy, where he continued as a championship bodybuilder and wrestler. Red never stopped lifting weights and competing as a bodybuilder. Along the way, he became friends with fellow bodybuilder Mike Stansberry, who offered Red a job in 1958, managing his health club in Lafayette. The following year, Stansberry closed his club, allowing Red to focus on his longtime goal. And in 1960, he became Mr. America. With trophies in hand, he soon returned to Lafayette, married his sweetheart Emma Davis, and opened a health club of his own, Red Lerille's Health Studio.
He tells a little story many times, and it's one I always remember, that when he came to Lafayette, he found a little part of heaven.
I live in a community that's very health conscious, and probably the main reason for that is because there's a guy there that started a health club 50 years ago.
I mean, there's not very many towns in the country, I think, that can be like Lafayette. And a big part of that is because of Red Lerille's.
We are a part of the community, not just a place to go and exercise.
The difference between other health clubs and this health club is Red, period. He works harder than anybody else. I've never seen anybody work so hard.
A man who's 75 plus, who can wake up at 2:30 in the morning, come and have a full workout, ride a bike, go to mass, end up at the airport, fly his airplane, and be back to work for 9 o'clock, that's pretty inspiring.
I can remember when I was a kid, every morning when he'd come into Reds, he'd go to the basketball gym and do a handstand every morning.
He would never sit behind a closed door. And I think that that's a lot of what makes Reds different.
When you come to Reds, you're going to see Red Lerille, whether it's at 3 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock at night.
He says hello and goodbye to everyone who walks in the door. Red's just there.
He will lead by example, and he's not going to ask you of something to do if he doesn't do it himself.
We enjoyed working here, we enjoyed working for him, and so we didn't want to leave. We wanted to stay. Can we please stay and work in the towel room? Who does that? Who wants to do that?
The passion that he shows towards his job is contagious.
And he was never too proud to do anything, whether it be cleaning a toilet, picking up trash.
And it should read on his epitaph, if there's time to lean, there's time to clean.
Red is not happy unless he's knocking walls down.
I think in this building, there's maybe one wall that's left from his original building. Everything else has been expanded on.
And then he built this huge swimming pool, well, the lap pool that we have now. The night before it was going to open, they were filling the pool up, and we got permission to actually go out and swim.
Lo and behold, I figured out that you could jump off the roof into the old swimming pool, like Acapulco cliff diving. Unfortunately, Red happened to be driving down the road at 11 o'clock at night.
And Stanley looks on top, and he says, "Dad, I think somebody's jumping off the roof." So I got fired. We all got fired that night.
Actually, he fired Carla, and so we begged him not to fire her, because she actually did tell us not to be jumping off the roof, but we didn't listen.
He calmed down, and we all got rehired. Thank goodness.
A couple of days later, I was standing by the swimming pool lifeguarding, and a friend of mine is talking to me, and he said, "Hey, you been playing any tennis lately?" And he walked by at the exact moment that he asked me that had I been playing tennis, and said, "No, he's been working on his diving, though."
I can remember one time we made a big addition, and I said, "Red, I guess this will be the last big addition." And he gave me a look, and he said, "I guess you won't be staying here very long." And it has never stopped.
He could have retired so long ago, and he won't. He won't retire.
This is not a job for him. This is his life. This is what he does, and he just loves it.
His obituary, it's going to say he has now retired.
I think what he really does for the community is he loves this community.
He also loves his bicycles, and he loves his automobiles, and he loves his airplanes, and he loves his children, and he loves Lafayette, Louisiana.
He is a most genuine, caring, and giving person as you will find.
I think the way he gives back, he never says no. I don't think no's in his vocabulary.
I went up there the other day to talk to Connie, and someone was asking for a donation or whatever, and she pulls out this book, and it's about this big. I'm like, what is that? And she goes, that's our donation book.
If he can help out in the community in any way, he does it the best he can.
We support every athletic event anywhere around, any fun run, every little kid who walks in the door who's selling raffle tickets for their football team.
He will always help whoever is asking.
He supports UL wholeheartedly. He supports all of the other educational institutions here in Lafayette and the surrounding areas. As a matter of fact, Reds has donated athletic equipment to my school, and I'm sure many other schools in this area too.
And there are a lot of things we don't know that he does, and I think he likes to kind of keep that kind of quiet.
I was talking to someone the other day, and she said, do you think Mr. Lerille would, and I forget what the question was. I said, here's what you do. Call Reds, ask to speak to Red Lerille, and before you finish your question, he will say yes.
There's so many opportunities out there to give, and he just says yes.
He cares about the members, he cares about the facility, he cares about the success of not only our health club, but of Lafayette.
But his absolute greatest contribution to the community is what he's done by bringing in so many kids to work here over the years.
We've had thousands of employees come through the doors here.
The number of people that have come through these doors as employees, the training opportunities that they've had, has created some really good, solid community members.
People leave here with incredible work ethics.
And we always hope that the kids move on to better things. We always want them to improve. And it might be here, or it might be at another job somewhere else.
We see them as doctors and lawyers and from every walk of life. And I really believe that Red had that influence on them to give them that drive to accomplish those goals.
He made us feel like this was our place, too. It wasn't just Red Lerille's, it was ours.
And I can guarantee you that every single one of us, when there's some opportunity or some challenge comes into their life, says, what would Red do?
Congratulations to Red Lerille, our 2013 Lafayette Civic Cup recipient.